How's it going, my hermanos? My my niños and niñas. We are playing Majora's Mask again. But this time I installed something called Majora's Mask Restoration. It's a project made by Leo. And I made sure that it was working before I hit record, and it is incredible. It's one of the best mods I've ever seen for any game ever. Just off of what I was able to manipulate it under the span of like 5 minutes. The changes are that it remaps the control scheme, so if you're playing it on a controller, you can remap a ton of configurations on Citra, and if you're playing it on 3DS, you can do some additional things too, I think, but not as much. It won't matter on 3DS because you have the touchscreen, but they made it to where on controller it compensates for the lack of a 3DS touchscreen. The only thing you have to touch with the stylus or the mouse, if you're still trying to emulate it, is to get to the options menu. You can get to gear with button controls, but you still have to press options. It's incredibly intuitive. It makes a lot of gameplay changes to make the game harder in areas it was supposed to be and more fair in areas it was supposed to be. For instance, in 3D, you get 1/2 time. So when you play the inverted Song of Time, it goes to half the normal flow of time, but the original was 1/3 and they restored that. That's going to make minimum cycles a lot more fun. I want to see how far down I can get myself with this restoration, knowing that the time changes there. I want to see what all I can do. Maybe at some point on my own. Being able to bring up your items with the controller means that you don't actually have to manually reassign them, and there's a control scheme that allows you to use the 1 and 2 options, which is just fucking, it's a godsend. It is great. The one concession that you're gonna have to make up front, no matter what, or at least on controller for emulating it, is you will have to allow free cam to be enabled, which isn't too bad of a deal. I personally dislike free cam, and I don't like controlling my camera because I'm so used to going with what the game gives me in this game. But even if you do dislike it like I do, all you have to do for the most part is just not touch it, and the camera seems to function pretty normally. So if you're like me and you'd prefer to like realign by muscle memory and just move with how the camera's supposed to move with you, you could do that and just never touch it. But experiment with it a little bit if you don't like free cam at all before you decide to ignore it. I did, and I personally just don't see the value in it because I think the game is fine enough on its own without free cam, but that's like super specific. If you already use it, then of course it doesn't matter. So yeah. I did that with a button press. I didn't do that by touching the screen. Oh, I overshot. Oh, that's embarrassing. Oh, bruh. This might be a side effect of some of the things he tweaked, is that he made some of the gameplay things more challenging. Maybe I'm just not used to this part, because I always, on my 3DS, I have a save on, which I don't know if I can go back to 3DS now, but on my 3DS, I have a save, the moment I get out of the clock tower, so I can skip this tutorial stuff on my 3DS. But, yeah. Other things he changed, I don't know if it's a he. I'm assuming it's a he. Sorry, I'm assuming. They updated the Captain Kita fight, so it's not like you can hit him on the first cycle. They upgraded the ice arrows to work in almost all bodies of water. That makes sense. He took away the dumbass eye spot weakness for the first 3 bosses, which is fucking incredible. I've never even played the original and I hate those. Apparently this is gone from this cutscene that's about to happen. Is it not a simple task? I guess they didn't remove it, but it's not glowing and jiggling, so that's an upgrade. One thing he didn't change, or they didn't change, sorry, I just use he by default. One thing that they didn't change, that I don't necessarily mind, is the graphics are still upgraded in this, so if you're like one of those narrow types that like needs it to have like the perfect textures or whatever, it's like, it's not that kind of upgrade. They are working on one if you're super nitpicky about the way your game looks. But I'm fine with it looking all pretty in 3DS-y. No, I'm going the wrong way. So all I'm going to do for this cycle is I'm just going to get to human, and then on the next cycle I'm going to get the masks. The only masks that I care about getting are the Bunny Hood, Deku Mask, Goron Mask, and Zora Mask. And it's because I want to get used to using them as soon as possible. That's what I want this this playthrough to be, is just getting used to using all 3 of the masks in tandem. Look how fast we are. Now, actually, one thing I will say is that while I understand where people came from, and that I actually do agree in that, yeah, whatever. I was actually fine with Deku Link's movement on water. That one's not that uncommon. A lot of people actually were pretty used to the way that Deku Link moved on water. It's just more so that people prefer the original, which I don't have any problems with. I'll get used to it. There was a movement system. There was like a rhythm to the Deku Link on water, on lilies in 3DS. But the original sounds more fun, so I'm excited to try it. I haven't actually read any of this in forever. I forgot that she calls out Tattle because she's a fairy. That great fairy smell got me acting funny. Link, the type of fellow to levitate in place after getting smooched. You've been granted magic power. Yeah, fantastic. Amazing. But I'm really excited to see how all the changes go. I want to go and get all of that out of the way in like the first 10 minutes to just go over the changes and all that good jazz. There's one change he didn't do. He didn't nerf the Deku Bubble, even though the point of the Deku Bubble was to be shitty. But like, I don't know, man. Maybe you can just have fun instead of worrying about everything being miserable. I'm totally fine with the fact that the bubble is a little good. Ugh, that is a grotesque protrusion out of your head. Dude, 50 rupees and we haven't even done any farming. That's some pretty good luck. Oh, and one thing that they also apparently upgraded was the Bomber's Notebook, which is apparently way better now. I'm really excited to see that, if it is. Yeah, I'm not noticing a big difference with free camera. With Circle Pad Pro on, unless I go out of my way to wiggle the other stick. But like, you don't have any reason to do that. I don't think so. In gameplay, so it shouldn't be muscle memory. I don't know. Maybe there is use for it, like when you're Goron rolling or Zora swimming, but I don't know. For the most part, I just prefer the go and the camera's on you. I will also take this time to point out some of the defenses of Majora's Mask 3D, which is a lot of people say that the Goron animation sucks in comparison. And sure, the animation sucks, but the camera perspective is better. That way you can actually see what you're doing in more tight areas. You aren't half the camera in certain areas, which is very nice. Now there's only one left. Oh, did I miss one? That's right, there's one in Clock Town. Or South Clock Town. This is Central Clock Town. You're pretty good for a Deku scrub. If only you were human. No scrubs. A scrub is a guy who can't get no love from me. 12:45-3. Excellent. You know what? We are not in any rush for time. And I've already destroyed my controller enough playing Budokai. I think we can walk for a tiny little bit. Besides, you get to hear the little pitter-patters. Oh, but I guess this might be the first upload I do in like a long time. Or at least a few days. A long time, quote unquote. But, I've been drinking too much caffeine. So, excuse me. So what, I was essentially drinking way too much caffeine because I drink soda, and then on top of that I drink a mean bean whenever I start a stream day. On the days where I can dedicate to stream. And then on top of that also, I was drinking another Monster. So I was drinking like a normal Monster on top of that. And then I was also drinking a third Monster. And, I basically put so much caffeine in my body created, it's like called adenosine or some shit. Percocine? I don't know what it's called. But it's like this weird chemical that like makes you like super sleepy and inhibited. and it's like I think a Tuesday, and I've literally been sleeping for like multiple hours on and off since, I want to say, no, we need to talk to him, right? But I've literally spent more time asleep, more hours asleep in a day than awake since like a Saturday. So like I spent a Saturday, a Sunday, and a Monday just sleeping. It is bonkers. So I'm gonna chill with the monsters as much. Because I was reading about I was watching on like caffeine withdrawal, and I've like actually been like on edge and anxious. It's fucking terrifying. Spoilers for Tears of the Kingdom, in case you care. But I saw I saw some gameplay of that, and it just instantly made me like explode. I saw someone playing it, and then the screen transitioned and it said Wind Temple, and I just went fucking nuts internally. I can only hope that the temples are actually good. Because I'm assuming the Wind Temple revolves around the paraglider. And that's actually something that would be super sick for them to focus on. I guess maybe the free cam has, what was that? Okay, that was bizarre. That might be a reason not to use free cam. I don't know what just happened, but it doesn't matter much. Yeah, it seems like free cam doesn't activate as long as you just play normally and don't touch the thing, so I'm just gonna make sure not to touch it. Look at this fucking man. He looks like the Lorax. Like the Danny DeVito one. What do we do, Alright, I guess we'll go turn our money in. Get this out of the way. And then since we can't do anything else, we'll just go ahead and go to the silver rupee chest. But yeah, most of the first cycle is going to be like normal, like always. But I'm very excited to see how fluid the Majora gameplay is when you can use all the transformation masks and all 4 buttons in tandem. Something about that just sounds really fun. Because with your ocarina on right, wait, is Anju here? No. Okay, I was gonna say she's supposed to flee if you don't give her the thing. He's on a mission to save the world. But yeah, the way that the controls are configured is, I believe, up on the D-pad is Goron, left is Zora, down is Deku. I mean, I could nitpick that if I wanted to, but you don't give up any other item slots for it, so it doesn't matter. It's completely irrelevant. Personally, I would have gone with up, left, down in order that you were supposed to get the mask, but I understand that they probably went for Goron up because of the fact that you use it more for transportation, and you use Zora the second most, so you do those two. I guess that makes sense. With the right on the D-pad, when it's not Tattle, being the Ocarina, which is like incredible, or I believe it's Controller A is Ocarina as well, which is also a very good way to do it. Look at that clock. It's ticking down. But I haven't uploaded in a bit, and one of the things I was playing was Link's Awakening, and I'm playing that off stream. I'm not gonna upload the rest of it probably because I don't remember it. And it's not a game that's like fun to watch someone flounder in. Like, I think Tears of the Kingdom will be fun to watch me flounder on. Yeah, I know. Fucking thanks, Tattle. Tears of the Kingdom looks like a fun game to flounder on, right? Because it's like, the whole point is to just fiddle around and do whatever. But like, Link's Awakening is like, you know, Link's Awakening is a little different because it's mostly just me like forgetting about something in a dungeon for like 30 minutes or whatever, because that's what I've been doing, because I've been super duper low energy when I've been on my caffeine crash. So I've been playing that off stream, and I do like it. I think my opinion of it was a little, I can't tell if I feel the same about it or not, but it's really fun. But I don't have any memories of it, which is super interesting. I know Majora, Ocarina, and Worlds by heart to the point where I can actually describe them. At one point, I knew Ocarina so well I could literally... Like, one way that I would get through really shit shifts at work is I would mentally go through every room in that game, room by room, and count in my head like the Skulltula locations and stuff. Like, I knew it that well. But I don't remember Link's Awakening. Like, I'm having to remember how to do this shit in it. This reminds me of us. He was a skater girl. You gonna see it later, girl. And so Link rode away on a steamed 50 cent. Did you know? Look at that! I didn't have to touch the. I didn't have to touch the screen. Let's go! How do some of the older songs sound on this thing? That one sounds weird. What is it? It's no, so it's I don't remember the Requiem of Spirit. And then what is it? It's yeah, that's an Out of Awakening. What's the and Tattle's just in the background like, what the fuck are you doing, you asshole? Oh, that Song of Time. I tried to do Sun Song. Damn, we lost our Deku nuts. Hell yeah, I want to save. That's another thing they changed, because for some people it's really important that you do an entire cycle all in one sitting. I understand. That's never been one of the big concerns for me. I just save all the time. But the biggest reason is because my favorite game, if you're ready for just the edgiest thing I'm ever gonna say, my favorite game is Fallout New Vegas. So it's literally ingrained into my memory to save at all possible times. And it's the same, like, I've had emulator crashes, some games crash. Like, Breath of the Wild performed pretty well, but I played it for 500 hours, you know, it's gonna crash. I just think that, like, some games, all games, you should just be able to save. You know? That's just me, though. If you want to do your entire trip back in one sitting, it's fine for you. I think it was that perk 30 I took. It was laced with Fent. what is it? Wait, what was it? It's fuck, I'm forgetting now. I'm still really tired, man. Oh, Miyamoto, whenever his fucking, I don't remember. There was some project that his people brought to him, and he literally ripped the papers up in front of them. Like, bro, I get it, but at the same time, like, you don't have to be that much of an asshole. The troubles caused by Majora's Mask were so great. The Ancient Ones reused the Game Over cutscene. It's not an actual complaint, it's a joke. But I feel it. I could sense it. That imp has it. That dirty, filthy little imp. Oh my. You got the Bomber's Notebook. From now on, events you see, blah blah blah. You'll be fine. Surely you can do it. Believe in your strengths. Believe. That mask. Oh my god, I don't care. I understand though. You can mash through it, so it's not that bad. Not nearly as bad as Ocarina, where it still goes super slow. Alright, so to get the Goron mask, we need bombs, at least. You need bombs and magic. Oh my god, it's even faster when you... Oh, it's so much faster! Bro, watch that. Oh! Bro, I'm getting like emotional. We're expecting to get our larger bomb back, but now that I think about it, it's already late. I get how that's kind of a hint to go save the old lady, but at the same time, like... Okay. Okay. So, like, fundamentally, right, I think that games... I think that how detrimental flaws are is going to depend on how the game functions and how the flaws mess with the game, right? So like, I think that the problems this game has are like very small, but they're ones that come about often, like the item limitations. how the Zora mask works. They're not too big on their own, but they stack up, and they just kind of contribute, you know. But if the game flow is improved that much by this mod, Majora's Mask might be my favorite Zelda now. It's gonna be real close if it actually fixes the things I disliked. Dude, we've spent that much time in this city and it's only 7 o'clock. They definitely slowed it down. I can only imagine how much fun getting your cycle down to is going to be. Oh, I was close because I slid. Wait a second. No, actually I was about to soft lock myself. The first thing we have to go do before anything else is oh, that's so cute. That is adorable. That's that song I was trying to do earlier. Because Nocturne of Shadow is my favorite song from, it's my favorite, at least it's my favorite Ocarina song from Ocarina of Time. I wish that they would have kept the original songs in this game for some purpose, but at the same time, if they would have, that would have been like, I think like, what's almost 20 songs you have to know, which would be way too much for any normal person. But I don't know, with the amount of shit you actually get expected to remember in this game, maybe it's not that much. What I'm doing might be unnecessary, but in the original Majora's Mask 3D, so I don't know if they fixed this or not, it wasn't listed in the fixes, is you only get the Song of Storing from going to this specific owl statue. Any other one actually won't teach you the song. You'll just get the warp point. But you still have to learn the song from the owl down here. It's so cold. Two big balls. Looks like we playing tennis. One thing that I've never understood about Majora's Mask in general, and this isn't a critique, this is just like an observation, is like, so like Hyrule Field, right, in Ocarina of Time, I never assumed Hyrule Field was one-to-one. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, the Gerudo could, like, take, like a 20-minute walk out of their cavern and go to a ranch, and yet none of the races have ever interacted, and, like, they all act like it's weird for anyone to go anywhere else. Which has always led me to believe that, what it is, it's more like the the New Vegas thing where it's like it's not 1-to-1. It's like I don't know what the word is, but it's like proportionate. It's like for every like 2 minutes you walk in game, it would actually be like 30 or 40 miles, something like that. That's always how I interpreted Ocarina of Time. That's given the developers a little too much credit because that game is like hilariously small. But I have no clue what the proportion is. And what are you doing in the swamp? You've learned the Song of Soaring. This melody swoops you up and takes you off your feet. Watch this. Hell yeah. To be fair, I don't really care that that was taken out, but it's fucking sick that it's back. And then let's switch this to top right. Alright, let's go. Let's do this. Let's do it! Like fucking Mario. Oh, we didn't buy any of the maps. I forgot. Bro is bugging out. Nope, it only works to waken them up, but it's still a nice little touch. So I have no idea if that little Nocturne of Shadow thing is added by the restoration, or if it's in the game. Because I've never seen that before. Something about this specific patch of wall has never piqued my interest before. But yeah, that's nuts. I've never seen that before. I think that's added with the restoration. I think that there are cool ways they could have implemented the song without having it actually be like a necessary mechanic. Like, I think one way is that it could have sequence broke. So if you happen to know a song that like sort of made sense, you could implement it. But at the same time, none of the songs make any sense. Alright, come on, you bastard. There's a specific angle to do this at, but I'm just... Yeah, there we go. I was at it. There we go. I was gonna say, there's no way that they actually thought to take that out with restoration, right? Okay. That was spooky. I was like, oh no. One positive application of free cam that I can think of off the bat is for those weird segments where it like takes over control from you. Like one that sticks out is when you go to the underground and you're fighting the Poe and you're trying to climb up the things to reach Dompe. The camera will snap out of control and it'll slow you down. Like you can just jump off by accident because of the way the camera shifts. And I'm assuming that's like a problem with this game because it's not in Ocarina 3D. So maybe having the free cam enabled means in those specific situations you can get control back. Which I'm assuming would be pretty cash money if it was true. You know what? Fuck it, we ball. Let's skedaddle. Like marginally faster than just walking. Now add a mod that adds in realistic temperature worries, and you have to get the tunics from Ocarina of Time to manage your temperature. Gorons have built-in heat resistance, and Zoras or whatever. Let's go. Alright, focus time. Let's go. What's that? I pulled up my menu with no touchscreen interaction. What? Insane. That's not sarcasm, by the way. That's so fucking cool. Oh my god! Oh, instant Song of Story. Let's fucking go! Look at that. I have all 4 items slotted up with items I could be using in adult, in human form. But instead I just switched to a Deku and now I'm just instantly Deku again. Up, right. Up, left. To be fair, it's bad on the controllers to have to mash B to climb up things faster, but I do like that it gives that little sense of, like, you're putting your all into it, you know what I mean? Also, Darmani's fucking racist, because I don't think you can heal him unless you're a human. The soaring one. I am Darmani. Yes, when I was alive. But alas, I am now dead. Heal me. Oh. Damn, that shit hits. I don't like that it doesn't look anything like Darmani. I leave my undying feelings with you. The deeds I accomplished while living are carved on my grave. You should read it. Excuse me. I have asked for your assistance. No controller, automatic on the D-pad. Dude, let's fucking go. I am never gonna be able to play this shit on a 3DS ever again. And it's barely 11 a.m. That is radical. That is tubular. Get over here. God, you gotta be so careful not to hit the jelly. I believe you can technically do it off these goons, but it's way harder. Thank you kindly. Okay, now apparently there's a change to how the Goron rolls, but I'm probably not going to be able to feel it while I'm on sand. It's pretty difficult to roll on sand. Yeah, I don't know what the change is for Goron, TBH. Gaga. I will say on a comparison level between Lord King Zora in this, I believe his name is King Zora. He doesn't have a name. This is kind of worse because even though I think it's shorter than the King Zora, you have to hold down something while you do it, which is more annoying. Plus, you still have to watch an entire cutscene afterwards. I'll listen. I do love the cutscenes in this game. Check it out. Yo, let's fucking go. Are you ready for this, lads? Are you ready? Let's fucking go! No magic is being consumed. You don't have to dolphin dive on there anymore, but I wanted to. Not at that skill level, though. But, like, God, that just makes it so much fucking funner. And you know the best thing is? The reason why I think it's so worth hamming on the remake for this is because this is how it was in the original. They literally made it worse. Like, it's one thing to poorly implement something the first time. Like, that's why I give Ocarina so much slack for so many things, but they literally did it right the first time, and then they changed it for no reason. I know the reason. It's because the guy who made it is, like, ashamed of his project, but not Leo. I believe... I don't know who made this. I don't know who the director was. I believe it's Aonuma, but I don't want to say it like it is. But he's literally said in interviews, the person who made this, that he's, like, ashamed of his work. That he wants people to forget it. So, like, how good do you really think something can be when the person who's spearheading the remake thinks of his own work like that? Although, to be fair, Grezzo did most of this, so I don't even know if it's fair to say, fair to say, that it's that guy. But I don't know. Let's demask. Now we can get the Bremen mask. Okay, so it seems like if you meet someone and they give you something, it's still a little slow, but that is such a small price to pay. Okay, let me see if there's a way to bring up masks by default. No. Alright. So anytime that you want to manipulate your masks or the options, you have to use your mouse or whatever configuration you have. But that is such a small complaint that I'm not gonna actually complain about it. And besides, it's not even that bad. But check it. Trigger. Now I'm fucking Captain Falcon. Trigger and then the X, I believe X button. Yeah, because trigger and Y brought up the stick. So let's fucking go. I get why people say that that's a little lame compared to the original. I do think that when he's all fully sparked up, he's a little lamer. But at the same time, it does work better for actually seeing what the fuck you're doing. Which I think is just a smidge more important than Flare. Hot take. But because if you look at some of that footage on the original, it's fucking hard to tell what the person is doing. Alright. I've got to use the restroom, so I'll be right back. That'll be it for this VOD.